10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. This is Courtney Rice, your WWT PR princess, and everything you need to know about All Elite. We are getting ready for World's End. I actually just got done watching a crazy NFL game between the Broncos and Cincinnati, since NFL is a triple header. And right now, if you're a fan of football, you'll be watching the Rams and the Cardinals. But right now we are kicking off World's End. We're actually kicking off with one of the semifinal matches of the Continental Classic between Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher. And what a way to kick off. So let me see. Hi, Lewis. Thank you for joining on WWT Live. To answer your question, it is not on Max, but it'll possibly merge over to pay-per-views in 2025. Not sure what pay-per-view. I know it's going to stream. I know All In is going to stream on Max, hopefully, because remember, their first AEW pay-per-view isn't until March with Revolution. So hopefully we can stream pay-per-views in March. Hi, Brandon Stevens. Thank you for joining us tonight on this broadcast. So I'm going to be your host for the next couple hours because this is going to be fun. So get ready. It's the final AEW pay-per-view of 2024. And what better way to do it than kicking off with the Continental Classic semifinals between Will Ospreay, the Aerial Assassin, and the prototype Kyle Fletcher. So, sorry, my brother's trying to troll everybody, but I am here. I'm your host. Hi, Hassan. Thank you for joining. My Christmas was actually really good. I got to spend a lot of time with my family, just relax. Of course, I got to watch some football and, of course, AEW Dynamite. So it has been very nice. So thank you for asking. I hope everybody has had a wonderful Christmas and are getting ready for the new year of 2025, because in just a few days we are going to be in a new year. So feel free to kick back and relax. And January 1st, Dynamite will simulcast, not just from TBS, but it also will on Max. So it's very exciting. So get everything ready, and here we go. And just watching the match between Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher. I will say the first time I saw these guys go was actually at Full Gear in person, and that match was insane. And that was one of the best matches I saw at Full Gear. It was live, it was insanity, and also both of those guys deliver it to the floor. So I feel like these guys are going to deliver. And I actually put up my bold predictions a little bit earlier before tonight's show, and I actually did pick Kyle Fletcher to win. I know people thought Will Ospreay wanted to win, but it's just Kyle Fletcher has been building a lot of momentum these last couple months, and also with the Continental Classic, leading in the Blue League. He's just been building that momentum, and I would love for him to be Continental Champion, just icing on the cake. But we shall see. And of course, we have to deal with that creep Don Callis. So that's also another thing. Are you ready for Raw on Netflix on July 6th? Oh, yeah. I'm definitely ready for Raw going out to Netflix. I know they've been promoting it like crazy. WWE, Netflix team, everybody's excited. We have a whole cast of all-stars coming to this. And we already got some matches announced already. We have CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa, Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. Who knows what other matches we're going to have. But I'm really excited that Raw is going to be on Netflix. And so much is happening. And the future is starting to look like for wrestling in 2025. So, sorry, I had to look at this. It looks like Kyle Fletcher is taunting the crowd, and I saw a sign that somebody said Ospreay still better, which I thought was pretty funny. Oh, and it looks like Will Ospreay is very bloodied. Oof.
I'm gonna go to Singapore.
Somehow Will Ospreay is able to prevail here tonight. It definitely puts him at a disadvantage for a final round match against either Ricochet or perhaps the greatest tournament wrestler of all time, I said that
Will Ospreay is very bloody. Like he's bloodied, like from his face and even blood on his body. And that's one of the few times I ever seen Will Ospreay get bloodied. Oh my goodness, and Kyle Fletcher, he's doing what he does best. Oh, he just licked Will Ospreay's blood from his boot. That is sadistic heel tactic 101 right there. He is definitely a heel. That is sadistic heel tactic 101. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Ospreay's like whole face, like half of his face is so bloodied.
This match and doctor stoppage, or referee stoppage. When Ospreay was put, really trying to end this one quickly. So much easier said than done. Certainly in the ring, with a man of the caliber of Fletcher. Ospreay had a very hot start to the tournament with back-to-back victories. Juice Robinson, Mario Castagnoli, closing out with a victory over Bloody King, but a lull in the middle, suffering back-to-back losses, dropping 6 points against Ricochet and against Darby Allin. Of course, next to our best wishes to Darby Allin was really attacked how Rampage last night by John Moxley and the Death Riders. That was horrifying. And you know what? So Scott Sampson reached for his
Oof, nasty clothesline by Will Ospreay on the Kyle Fletcher.
You stop this match.
That's Fletcher down, Ospreay. Now, kicking things, picking up the speed as he sends Fletcher.
Will Ospreay starting to show some offense. Hello, Mr. Rollins. Hi, the Simone Watchman. Thank you for stopping by on tonight's watch along for AEW World. And if you're hopping on, this is Courtney Rice, WWT's PR princess, and everything you need to know about All Elite. We are just getting ready for AEW World's End and are kicking off with the AEW Continental Classic semifinal match between Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher. And apparently Will Ospreay's face is half bloodied, but he's still going and is trying to end this match. But Kyle Fletcher's trying to get the upper hand here. And feel free to put in the channel who you think is going to win. Kyle Fletcher or Will Ospreay.
Kyle Fletcher.
That's funny. The Samoan Watchman. I just Samoan spiked that like button. Yeah, feel free to share. This is Saturday night. I get to spend the final pay-per-view, AEW pay-per-view of 2024 with all of you, because all the stars of All Elite Wrestling is stepping into a jungle where everything will not be the same after tonight. So we got a lot of matches to go, but so far this has been a solid match between these two. I got to watch them at Full Gear, and that match was insane. That was one of the best matches on Full Gear, and it's no shortage how these two are going to deliver. Hi, Justine. Thank you for joining. And you picked Kyle Fletcher to win. Ooh. Is Will Ospreay going to do it? One. Kick out by Fletcher. Hi, Boza. Thank you for joining the chat. Will's already. Well, yeah, but it's true. His face is bloody, but you got to give credit to Will Ospreay. He's still fighting in this match, even with the entire bloody face. He is still fighting in this match. So you got to give him at least some credit. He's being a little trooper. I am. Whoever wins between Ricochet and Okada will have an advantage if Will wins, even with a gap in between matches. That is really much true, because pretty much whoever wins this, they're gonna need some time to rest between these matches. Kyle Fletcher almost got a 3. And of course, while Fletcher shoved the referee, blade cut by Will Ospreay. Kick out by Fletcher. I thought that would have been over after he hit the blade clutter. But Will Ospreay, he's trying to end this thing. Oh, you got the ref in the way. Is that it? Ooh. He kicked out right there. Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay does not want to stay down. Will Ospreay does not want to stay down. Oh my goodness. Fans are getting behind Will Ospreay.
Austin went.
Is that it? Will Ospreay Styles clash? Is that it? And folks, your winner tonight is Will Ospreay. He is going to the semifinals. That's the good news. The bad news is hopefully he gets to rest up and clean up, because he's going to face between either Okada or Ricochet. Hi, Bobby. Thank you for joining on this watch along for AEW's World's End. It was a nice match. Cal doesn't have that troll Don Callis coming down. He has to be going. Yeah, Colin Fletcher was going a little bit crazy during the match, but it's your winner, Will Ospreay. Your client, Tony Storm, has been great in the ring. Of course she has. Thank you for the compliment, Bobby. Tony Storm has been wonderful these last couple weeks. And I did saw during 0 Hour and on Instagram that Deonna Purrazzo challenged her to a match on the first collision of 2025. First collision of 2025 that Deonna Purrazzo challenged Tony Storm to a match. And those two ladies are definitely going to do it. So my client's been a little bit busy. I'm very excited. And of course, my other client, Orange Cassidy, he's going to be in the main event later tonight. Very excited to join. Hello to our producer from the future in Australia, Dylan. He's setting his opinion. Kyle Fletcher was robbed. Yeah, I know. I actually did pick Kyle Fletcher to win, but I'm okay with Will Ospreay. I'm okay because I have a feeling they're probably going to do either Will Ospreay versus Okada. So, this was a nice match. Yep, Bobby, this was a very solid match to kick off AEW World's End. And of course, we have another match happening right now. A big Ricochet to win. Well, you're picking Ricochet to win, and we shall see. Thanks again, Courtney, for taking time out of your vacation to do this watch party. Thank you, Boza. Of course. I mean, it's the final AEW pay-per-view of 2024. Of course, I had to do this watch along because it's been a little bit crazy. And of course, our producer said Dylan, Ricochet. A lot of people are picking Ricochet to win. My clients have been busy too, Bobby. Yeah, so has mine. Because like I said, Tony Storm had a match. Orange Cassidy, he's getting ready for his big match later on tonight. And also, well, my other clients, the Acclaimed, I will talk about that throughout the program today. Because, I'm not surprised because I talked about them if you watch my watch alongs on Dynamite, I've been talking about this for a little over a month and a half regarding the Acclaim. So I'll talk about that throughout the show. Deonna is basically, well, to be fair, Dylan, I wouldn't say she is a jobber. I think it's just bad booking. Because if you remember, like around this time last year, she was actually getting ready. She made her debut in AEW. She faced off against her longtime best friend, Toni Storm. I just think it's been bad booking. And also, you have to think about it because people thought of Toni Storm's reign throughout the whole thing. Like Toni Storm's reign throughout the Women's Championship, it really hasn't done much. But think about it. During Toni's reign, we would have never got a rivalry between Deonna Purrazzo and Thunder Rosa. So that's also something to think about. So I just wanted to put that out there. But anyways, we're just getting ready. But, we're just getting ready. And I'm actually just looking at promos because, of course, they're talking about the Continental Classic, the second match between Will Ospreay, Kazuchika, Okada, and Ricochet. So they're doing the promo, and they're not wasting no time at all. Not wasting no time. So, but I love that they're doing this little promo with Ricochet and Okada. I know this is going to be a good match. I actually picked Okada to win because I have a feeling they're probably going to do Okada versus Ospreay. I know we already saw Ricochet versus Ospreay again over on Christmas Collision that ended in controversial fashion, but I would be okay if it was Ospreay versus Okada because I feel like that was really good too.
I couldn't see it because I saw all and I couldn't find it.
So, hopefully. But they're wasting no time. So, let me change my banner to Kazuchika Okada, Ricochet, and we are ready to go. So, I'm just looking at every chat. But thank you for joining on me. Hello, Flourishing Levels. Ricochet versus Ospreay in the finals. I'm Flourishing from... Wow, you're coming to us from Ghana. So thank you for coming to us on the international front. And that's really exciting. So Rosa along with Jamie Hager versus Julia Hart for Wednesday. And FTR calling out the Death Riders. We also have an announcement for Jeff Jarrett. Yes, so the first Dynamite of 2025, it was simulcast from not just TBS, but also from Max. So this is going to be a big, big deal because we already have stuff planned. As we mentioned, we have Jamie Hager versus Julia Hart. FTR is going to be cleared by then, and they're going to call out the Death Riders, and they said they're not coming alone. And also, we're going to hear from Jeff Jarrett because he has an announcement on Dynamite. So I don't know what that announcement is, but we shall wait and see. And of course, we're seeing the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, doing his usual entrance with all the money coming down. Oh. So it is. So it's going to be very... I'm looking forward to watching Konosuke Takeshita versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Yep, that's going to be a good match. I'm really happy to see Powerhouse Hobbs back on a pay-per-view. But there's definitely going to be some matches on the card for the AEW International title. All of Okada needs to be studied. It's sad. Well, yeah, Dylan. I mean, originally he was part of the Elite. But I don't even know what's going to happen after this because if he loses, what is going to happen there if he loses the title? Because a little fact, every single member of the Elite lost their belts towards the end of 2024. And you also have the Death Riders riding around. So that's something to really think about and look ahead to because I'm going to be curious if Okada loses the title, what's going to happen next. So, but anyways, we'll talk about that throughout the night. But here we go. We have our second Continental Classic semifinal match between Ricochet and Kazuchika Okada. And it looks like the fans are going behind Okada. I am seeing Ricochet develop a lot of heel tactics from him, which is really nice to step out of his comfort zone a bit. And he's really starting to be like, he kind of reminds me of like this annoying little nerd of him being a heel and trying to have this thing that, you know, he's like Mr. Goody Two Shoes. He can't do anything wrong. But at least we're seeing a little bit of development from him as a heel. And I'm very excited on where this is going to go. And probably this will be a good avenue for him to do. Hi team, it's my dream to become a WWT for our I train every day in the gym to come. Well, Jassim, don't lose hope on that dream, and hopefully you'll get a chance to become a WWE superstar one day. You just have to keep your eyes on the prize, keep going, and just stay focused. Hi, Eddie Foster. Thank you for joining on tonight's watch along of AEW World's End with your WWT PR princess and everything you need to know about all things elite. If you're just hopping on, we are catching the second match to the AEW Continental Classic semifinals between Ricochet and Kazuchika Okada. I'm sorry, I'm just seeing this heel tactic from Okada. I'm going to say this, even though he's a heel and he's part of the elite, the fans still love it. The fans automatically love him no matter what. And that's just really fascinating for me. But that's just really interesting. Bobby's picking Okada. Yep, I'm going to pick Okada too because I think Mr. Okada, because I think it would be great to see him versus Will Ospreay. Okay, my client Nina Shirokana is in Japan, and she will tag team with Tay Melo at Stardom on January 1st. Yes, so if you follow Tay Melo, because she had a baby with Sammy Guevara, she's getting back into training, and she made an announcement that she's wrestling in Japan. And I love that, especially stars within AEW who have never wrestled in Japan. It's always a good opportunity for them to really wrestle and be on the international level. So I'm happy take its opportunity because we've seen many people wrestled in Japan. Recently, we saw Anna Jay wrestle in Stardom, and she's been back. She's definitely improved on her wrestling skills and a little bit out of her promo. So definitely seeing that. I saw the first match driving on my way home. No, my eyes were not completely good to this group. Well, thank you. Hopefully your eyes were on the road and you made it safe and sound to your destination. I was hoping for Kyle Fletcher to go all the way. Yeah, I picked Kyle Fletcher too. I thought at least he would go all the way, but I'm okay with Will Ospreay. I'm okay with Will Ospreay getting the match in, but who's going to be his opponent between Ricochet and Kazuchika Okada, because that match is happening right now. And it looks like Ricochet is trying to get the upper hand on Okada.
Whoever wins the fucking match will have to do that. Everybody else, guard from ringside. You remember Will Ospreay waiting for the winner of this match in the finals later on tonight. Interestingly, Okada was finally victory, and the victory came by OTC win over Will Ospreay in the finals in 2022. Victory did the Ricochet had anything to say about the Rainmaker?
I just thank you, Bobby, for liking the video. And this is what we want to see on WWT Live. All of you for really supporting this match. And this is actually a good, solid match between Okada and Ricochet. And the fans are really getting behind Okada in this match.
Next, almost ready to the next section. DDT. Ricochet caught on the crown of his head. Okada getting on the bar like in his foot. Ricochet kicking out, but you see clearly rattled by that DDT. Something like an argument that when Ricochet throws exchange strikes, it's produced by Okada. He came up on the short end, perhaps not the smartest decision for a man who certainly has been dealing with Okada when it comes to agility. That's just the Bible that shows. Thinking he could stand and trade with the Rainmaker, but Kazuchika Okada lets that two-stone pile driver, but Ricochet goes up quite well. Ricochet is well working down. Did you know he'll cut over 20 championships in his illustrious career, so he's been there and done that, as they say. Ricochet looks pretty good. Okada these days is Ricochet. On his feet, and missed by Okada, Ricochet. Back drop. And one, two. Shoots from the press, Ricochet again. Shoot. Okada able to kick out. Look at the Ricochet, trying to win it. Sticking to his original game plan, his advantage. Has to be a good strategy. But again, what Okada is doing here is just exerting some punishment.
Ricochet looks like he's going to end this match. He's on the top rope. Oof, landed on his feet. Oof. Looks like he's doing a signature move. Oh, of course. He is feeling it. Hold on.
Every time you see tombstone, but couldn't complete. A Ricochet.
Ooh, I thought that was it.
Oh, man, Okada exploding, guys. That was a very awkward landing. Sure was. Continental champion. And a very late kick out from Ricochet. Down to the top.
Is that it? Okada kicked out.
Ricochet really thought he had the beating of Okada. Instead of now looking for Chad, it was picture perfect. Landing chest to the lower angle, but you can see there were enough right across the shoulders of Okada. If you don't pin those shoulders to the mat, they're going to come off. Heading up, still going. Ricochet. Coming in. Okada boys. On the country mile. The now. Ooh. On the knee strike of the round kick. Fires back the drop kick. Ricochet loading up the spear, got the pin, turned, and went to the finish. For the fleeting moment, and I think it's positive, and now we're able to go on the back. Ricochet's biggest downfall thus far in this match, right? Way too much attention. He looked great crowd here in Orlando. Yeah, it seems like one of the biggest hurdles is himself here. That line gets a bit difficult. The focus on the target, and it only looks like it now, Ricochet. There's a second time. And let that spirit go now. Okada. Ricochet down. He got him up.
Rainmaker. This is it. And that's it, folks. Well, folks, we got our finals match for the Continental Classic. Kazuchika Okada versus Will Ospreay. Oh, man. That's going to be fireworks. That was... Man, so we get to see Kazuchika Okada versus Will. Oh, man. That's going to be a fun match, and I am very excited to see it. I'm trying to think what is up with people throwing toilet paper out at Ricochet, because I'm starting to notice this last couple weeks. Because I noticed at Christmas Collision, and we get a surprise from Swerve Strickland. And he has a microphone, so I'm curious on what he has to say. Let's see what Mr. Swerve Strickland has to say.
Congratulations for you making it just as far as I did last year, the Continental Classic. But his memory serves you greatly. You and the New World win the Continental Classic. Am I right? And me being a man of my word, I said that if you blew it, just this. I was going to embarrass you. I was going to make you feel. Ever since you stepped foot here in AEW, you did exactly what I expected you to do. And that was run your mouth. Whether it be on interviews, whether it be on social media, you went even as far as to say
I knew Sora was going to take a shot at what Ricochet said.
So what I'm alluding to is basically, and I swerve, gotta be the one to come out here and clean up with them. Oh, the best way to clean up on that.
What's Nana doing out here? Oh my god! He has all that toilet paper! You heard what Nana said. It's time to clean it up.
Everybody in the front row, we want to help Ricochet, right?
Oh my god.
We want a clean slate going into the next year for Ricochet, right? We're going to forget about 2024 and we're going to move on to 2025. Now with the instruments that's being presented to you by Kris Statlander in your hand, we're going to wish Ricochet here a happy new year. On the count of three, we are going to wish Ricochet here a happy new year, right? 1, 2, 3. Happy New Year!
Oh my god. Oh my god! That is probably a humiliating thing. Oh, and he used his first name. Oh boy. Whoa. Oh boy. Well, Ricochet's night just went from bad to worse because after losing to Okada, he gets humiliated by Swerve and got toilet paper thrown on him. Not the best way to end 2024. Not very much, but it's going to be interesting to see. Because also remember, too, Swerve also is in a feud with the Hurt Syndicate. So this is going to be very interesting on how many different layers are going to go. So, oh boy. So I'm just looking at everybody's comments. What do you think is next for Kyle Fletcher in 2025? Bobby, I can answer that question for you because Kyle Fletcher is definitely a future star in the making. I would not be shocked if he had a shot for the Continental Championship. Like whoever's a championship, I would not be shocked on whoever is. So we shall see on that. And also, I could see him probably going for the TNT Championship because he did pin Daniel Garcia. Him and Mark Briscoe and also Shelton Benjamin are potential contenders for the TNT. So there's a lot to handle, but we shall see for 2025. Also, I would not be shocked if he did wrestle in Japan because I've seen a lot of AEW stars wrestle in Japan, especially on January 4th. Of course, we're going to see Willow participating in the International Women's Cup. We're going to see Mercedes versus Mina. We're also going to see Brody King in Japan. So there's a lot of stars. I'm sorry. I'm just seeing Will Ospreay do his promo for interview.
This is about overcoming one of the greatest tournament wrestlers of all time. This is my mentor. This is my big brother. So after I beat Okada,
it's going to be very interesting. Him and Okada go way back. Hi, Luna Bombay. Thank you for joining. And yes, I'm happy you are joining the pay-per-view so far. It's been fun. Not surprised that Okada is in the finals. He is a champion. How crazy would it have been for the first year with the title on the line if the champ didn't make it? Well, Bosa, to be fair, this actually started last year. So, I it would be a little bit unsettling if the reigning champ was not in it. But it's going to be something. Hi, amazing Lovecraft. Thank you for joining on tonight's watch along for thank you for joining for tonight's watch along for AEW Worlds, and it has been a very fun event so far. We just gotten through Continental Classic Mayhem. We kicked off with Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher. Will Ospreay won. We just wrapped up the Kazuchika Okada versus Ricochet, and the Rainmaker won. And we got to see an appearance by the former AEW World Heavyweight Champion, George Strickland, where he did embarrass Ricochet by throwing toilet paper at him in the ring. So, and also using his first real name. That's also savage. So, Ricochet got mushed in the face by almighty Bobby Lashley last show before the pay-per-view. Now getting disrespected by Swerve. That's wild. Yeah, that is crazy. That is very crazy. That is very crazy. But also, there have been a lot of chirping noises because they have been saying that even though MVP ripped up his business card to Ricochet, I do have a feeling he may join the Hurt Syndicate, which actually makes a lot more sense considering he can learn a lot promo-wise from MVP, and MVP can be the mouthpiece of everything. So, that's just me. Ospreay, Copy, and Chelsea Green. I'm going to Disney World. Well, hey, I can't blame him for that. But speaking of that, we got some ladies action, and I can't believe I'm saying this. For the first time in a pay-per-view, we are having two women's matches on the final pay-per-view of AEW. First match is a Tijuana street fight for the AEW Women's World Championship between Thunder Rosa and the reigning AEW Women's Champion Mariah May. And here comes Thunder Rosa, and she is ready for battle. As she mentioned during the show, her father will be sitting at ringside, so Papa Rosa will be looking in. So ironically enough, we have two ladies matches happening tonight on the final pay-per-view of World's End. Because if you saw our WWT live, we have gotten a little bit of criticism where we have given AEW some constructive criticism, where they've managed to usually have one female match on the main card. And even though on the 0 hour it does have some ladies matches, but kind of expanding a little bit, having like at least 2 or 3 more. So hopefully this is something to really think about in 2025, because I feel like this is the year that their women's division should really show up and develop a lot more storylines that are beyond the women's championship. We have seen a few of them. Of course, we saw Thunder Rosa go up against Deonna Purrazzo, and Deonna Purrazzo on Collision. Even though it was on Collision, there was a lot of mayhem between those two ladies. So I definitely want to see expand a lot of storylines within the entire women's division that does not involve the respective championship belts. But hopefully they can get their act together, because this is WWT Live, and we stick up for all the ladies and all brands, including AEW. So, kicking off, and we have the reigning AEW Women's Champion Mariah May. And where is she going? And it looks like she's going to deal with Papa Rosa, Thunder Rosa's father. Of course, she's going to taunt him. I think that would be crazy. I think it would be interesting to see, because we did see her slap her own mother at Wembley Stadium. That would be interesting if she slapped Thunder Rosa's father in the face during this match, because I think that would be a little bit interesting to see. This match has more of a story than Mercedes versus Chris Part 2. Well, Boza, to be fair, yes, Thunder Rosa and Mariah. But also, I'm happy Kris Statlander and Mercedes are going round 2, because Mercedes did have some good things to say about Kris Statlander. But Kris Statlander has not forgotten about her, and she's keeping her eyes on the prize. And no matter how many obstacles she wants to go through, she wants to be TBS champion. So far, outside of Queen Amanada, Kris Statlander has been Mercedes' toughest opponent so far in the TBS championship title picture. So hopefully them two will deliver. Thunder Rosa was on Busted Open the other day and went into a 15-minute rant on how Mariah is trash for saying Papa Rose. Either she even called. Hey. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, Thunder Rosa, she doesn't hold nothing back. She's unfiltered. I'm glad there was a part 2. Don't get me wrong. It is happening because Mercedes has to be generous and give. Well, yeah, because it is the holiday season and it's spirit of giving. She was being very nice about it. But I definitely happy that there's a part 2 between those ladies. Because I would love to see like a long-term storyline between these two. Because I feel like they do have that lot of chemistry. Because I will say so far, and this is nothing against like Mercedes and Britt Baker when they first win in at All In. I just feel like for Mercedes is to really have a good, solid rivalry with somebody within the division and also help elevate, help innovate, because she did say AEW has the best women's division, but also at the same time, you have to put over somebody. I mean, you can say undefeated, but you have to put over at least somebody within that women's division. So I'm really happy she had her bouts with Queen Amanada, of course, Kris Statlander. She recently had a good solid match with Anna Jay. So I'm happy they are going round 2. And I feel like I would love to see long-term storyline between Kris Statlander and Mercedes. But here we go. A Tijuana street fight between Thunder Rosa and Mariah May. And this is going to be gruesome. Because I expect to see a lot of good, solid performance from both of these ladies. And this is a few times Mariah May's competed in these types of matches. Because if you remember, she competed in a no disqualification match against Anna Jay on Collision. Question to all in the chat. Do you think that Dynamite should go 3 hours? Eddie, I think for them, they should stick with 2 hours. And I think when they first signed up, and I think it looks like she got some alcohol. Ooh. Sorry, I just saw Mariah May. I think it was kind of like alcohol or something. And she spit in Thunder Rosa. Oh! Man. Getty, going to your point, I think Dynamite should stay for 2 hours. And I think only because even though they are under like the Warner Brothers with like TNT and TBS, also keep in mind they also have to deal with like not just basketball but also baseball season. So they have to be like yeah. Getting rid of Collision was smart, but they said Dylan, don't you mean Rampage? Because Rampage got canceled last night. So now it's Dynamite and Collision. I think you might have meant Rampage because I know last night was a final episode. Oh, good. Our producer from the future. I always enjoy having him on the show. Oh, that was a nasty hit that Thunder Rosa gave to Mariah May. Woo. My goodness. And also, Dylan, answer your question, Dr. Britt Baker. I know she's filming the new Cobra Kai movie because I know she's filming. I don't know if she's done wrapping production, but I know she's part of the Cobra Kai film. I did see her doing a video with DDP. So I think she is tackling other things. Of course, she's in training. So hopefully she shall be back in 2025. But I'm actually intrigued on seeing that Cobra Kai movie that features her. So hopefully I am happy that some AEW stars are getting a taste in films. And that makes me happy. Yes, you have, Dylan. You've been on your best behavior so far. But we always love our producer coming in here. Actually, we love anybody from WWT Live joining on our watch along. So thank you guys for joining. Ooh, Triller TV is doing a TV deal next Saturday, Wrestle Dynasty at 2 a.m. East DST and Wrestle Kingdom at 10 p.m. Ooh, thanks, Boza, for giving that one because I kind of definitely want to watch Wrestle Kingdom because I've always wanted to watch stuff from New Japan and Stardom. So I definitely want to watch that. Yeah, she admitted that when she was on DDP Yoga, she also said due to her AEW schedule, she had to step back from her practice. I think her wearing too many hats was too much. Wrestler and dentist. No, that is true. Sometimes, like, you have to take a step back from a lot of things and just do too much. But hopefully, we see Dr. Britt Baker back in the ring soon, possibly in 2025, and wish her nothing but the best. And hopefully, we get to see her soon. But Thunder Rosa looks like she's putting a beat. And also, I actually put this on my bold predictions too, because if AEW World's End wants to end with a bang, there needs to be a title change. Because I know Full Gear, we did see a title change with the TNT Championship. I feel like there has to be a title change tonight. I mean, no disrespect to Mariah May and Mercedes Mone. They have done incredible work. They've done really good representing. They have done the best that they could. But I feel like one of them needs a title change at this point if you want to end 2024 with a bang. Oh, and we got some thumbtacks outside of that pinata. If you remember the match that Thunder Rosa and Dr. Britt Baker had, that was gruesome. Oh, Thunder Rosa. What's she gonna do here? Ooh, that was a nasty. Ooh, that has, yeah, Eddie, those thumbtacks, that gotta hurt. That really has to hurt. They're going to be sore the next day. Ooh, I'm in pain with those thumbtacks. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Nigel's commentary. Oh, God. Hi, Ricky Davis. Thank you for joining on this watch along for AEW World 10. And I see you are a big Mariah May fan. And look, she has Papa Rosa. She's taunting him. Oh, she grabbed his cane. She took Papa Rosa's cane. That's a heel tactic right there. And she got some barbed wire. Ooh! Mariah May was going for Thunder Rosa, but she ducked, and Mariah May hit with the barbed wire to the steel steps. And I know that has to hurt. That's gotta hurt. So anyway, going back for my bold predictions, because I feel like for this pay-per-view, if they really want to end 2024 with a bang, there has to be a title change. And for this match in particular, I actually picked Thunder Rosa to win. Oh, she's hitting Papa Rosa's cane. Oof. Ooh, and Thunder Rosa, she's choking Mariah May with that chain. Don't worry, Dylan, there will be blood happening in this match. Sorry, I'm laughing at Nigel's commentary because, of course, he wants his precious little Mariah May to win. What's that? Ooh, table bump. Well, your winner and still women's champion, Mariah May. I really thought this match was going to go a little bit longer. Dylan, you might be right. I think she may drop it in Australia because they're coming in February. I do have to give credit for Thunder Rosa for really getting in this match because I really thought. But I do have to give credit to both ladies for this match. But the ending was just really weird. Very, very weird. But we have one of two women's matches completed, and we still got more matches to go. If you are joining, this is WWT's PR Princess and everything you need to know about all things elite. Courtney Rice in the building. We are doing a watch along of AEW's World's End. And I do want to thank everyone for joining. So feel free to join in the chat and everything else. And, you know, since it's on commercial, we're going to take a commercial and go buy some merch.
Hey, yo, you. Yeah, you that's watching this. You sitting on the couch staring at the screen not knowing what you want to do like this is an online college. Are you tired of wearing shirts that make you look like an extra stuck in catering? Do you want to step your wrestling swag game up to the next level? Then Women's Wrestling Talk has got you covered. Like literally. Are you for life in pink? or black and white. Or maybe you're the EST and people need to respect you accordingly. Want to put some pride in your stride and show off the muscle in your hustle? Then make sure you check out the WWT store. Not now, but right now. Alright? What you waiting for? Head to www.talkpodstore.com and don't make me fight you. Shit.
Turn it up.
Sorry, folks. I had to deal with a lot of technical difficulties, but yeah, make sure to buy some merch and everything else. But we are back and we are getting ready for our next match for the Dynamite Diamond Ring between MJF and Adam Cole. So we are changing the banner for a little bit. And yeah, so if you're joining us, thank you for joining on this watch along for AEW World's End final pay-per-view of 2024, right before they stream on Max January 1st. So I definitely want to thank everybody on joining in the chat. Lewis Johnson, Brandon Stevens, Hassan Terrell, Seth freaking Rollins, the Samoan Watchman, Jassim Elderai, Boza, Bobby Patino, our producer from the future, Dylan. I'll make sure. Flourishing Loves You, Angela, for joining on the show. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss it. Eddie Foster, Luna Bombay, Amazing Lovecraft, thank you for joining. Ricky Davis. Thank you guys for joining on this watch along for tonight. And if you're hopping on, the Dynamite doesn't ring. MJF versus Adam Cole. Little fact, MJF hasn't lost. He still has his diamond ring. So he's coming into the ring with his, well, he's from Long Island. So here we go. And feel free to put in the chat who do you think is going to win this match, MJF or Adam Cole. And in my bold predictions, I actually picked MJF to win. I think MJF will win. I sense the Undisputed Kingdom will turn on Cole. Yeah, I actually said this on a few of my watch-alongs for Dynamite. I just have a feeling I smell shenanigans throughout this match, and it's going to smell very stinky and sleazy. And here comes Adam Cole. I just sense like a lot of shenanigans in this match because I feel like this is not going to end clean. And MJF always has something up his sleeve, no matter what it is. And of course, we see the Undisputed Kingdom, Matt Taven and Michael Bennett guarding that diamond ring. So we see Adam Cole do his signature boo. Adam Cole, baby! Well, hard to believe this has been over a year in the making with this match. A year. And here we are. It's just hardly to believe a year ago, MJF lost the title. Adam Cole turned his back on him along with the members of the Undisputed Kingdom. And here we are. So, let's start this match. And of course, MJF is being MJF. And Adam Cole is wasting no time on trying to get his hands on him.
Lineage 2019 over Hangman Adam Page and MJF. That began.
Hold on, I'm having a little bit of technical difficulty, so give me 1 second. I just have to fix this. Okay, so I had to deal with a little bit of techie issues, but we are back with MJF versus Adam Cole, and it looks like Adam Cole is busted open by MJF, and it looks like he's mocking Adam Cole's signature entrance. So we see first Will Ospreay, and now Adam Cole. We're just seeing people get busted open tonight on World's End. But what better way to end off the final pay-per-view of 2024? So let me, because I thought I charged in my laptop, but here we go. Jeez, he's biting his face off.
What a piece of garbage MJF is. And I think Adam Cole would agree with you. I know Roderick Strong would agree with you. So would members of the Undisputed Kingdom here in ringside as well. And I know many fans would agree as well. Because you see right now, fans not reacting at all, kind of on their hands, but like MJF has the attack. Cole trapped in this headlock by MJF. Listen, that blood to melt towards the top of his head. That's what blood to flow more freely through that laceration of the wrist stuff.
Oof.
Tremendous anticipation by MJF. Gets pulled in midair, and there's some slow motion. We'll go with a 2-for-1. It's a backbreaker, and then pull come down on the canvas on his neck as well. The super kick caught MJF on the way down, but you can see Cole immediately back down to his back. You can see Cole on his hands were on his knees looking out, but he was waiting on MJF to come down. I think about the Grand Slam of 2023. When Adam Cole came to help MJF jumping off the stage, he broke his ankle. That shattered his ankle, giving him out of action for with the air. The backstabber though, Cole, he shows his return to me that he's been fighting. The Brainbuster on the knee, the cover.
Kick out by MJF.
MJF retained that Dynamite Diamond ring for what, another year? It's quite a mark, it's quite a record, you gotta admit that.
Oof. He landed on his knee. Oh, man. And MJF, of course, he's targeting that knee. Adam Cole finally countered. Oh, man. Look at this. Not only Adam Cole's busted open, MJF's busted open. Oh, my goodness. It's like almost everybody on this pay-per-view has been bloody so far. Will Ospreay, Adam Cole, and now MJF. Now Adam Cole's taking a page out of MJF's book, using his teeth to bite his face. Oh, man, that's a nasty. Is this it? Kick out by MJF. really didn't want to go at it. Jeez, spit in his face. Ooh, kick to the face by Adam Cole. He's put that submission hold in. Is Adam Cole gonna tap? Ah, it looks like MJF's in the submission hold. And MJF has his hand on the ropes. MJF, he looks like he's staring down at Matt Taven and Michael Bennett. Oh, typical. He's trying to stage a facade and he's trying to get Taven and Bennett ejected. Man, and the referee ejected both Taven and Bennett. That is so BS. And look at that. But what is Taven and Bennett doing? Ooh, a low blow. Ooh. And your winner, folks, MJF, and it's number 6. He's keeping that Dynamite diamond ring. Ooh, man. Well, like him or hate him, he's still the winner, and he's still an athlete, and he's a former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. This ring was created for him. Why is Bossman treated like this title? I wouldn't say as a title. I would say probably as a signature prop for MJF. I wouldn't say it's title, but I feel like this is something that MJF is trying to be generous in a way, of his signature beloved Dynamite dozen ring, and it looks like MJF is not done, and he wants to put an end to Adam Cole the same way he did to Roderick Strong at Full Gear. And he's going right on the knee. And he's going on that knee. He's going on the same. What's this? There's Roderick. There's Roddy. There's Kyle O'Reilly. And look, Kyle O'Reilly's bringing MJF to the ring for Roddy. Oh man, why do I feel like this is like flashback from last year? And Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick took out both of them took out MJF. So does it look like Kyle O'Reilly forgiven Adam Cole? I think they buried it. And ooh, Adam Cole sucker punched MJF with that ring. And he spat in the ring. Well, it looks like the Undisputed Kingdom is back together. But I'm curious on what Kyle's going to do with the conglomeration, because he's also a member of the conglomeration. So this is going to be really interesting to watch, especially going into the first Dynamite of 2025. It's going to be any. I know, Boza. It's not over yet. I think it will be shocking when he's finally beaten. Hope I wasn't right. No, Boza, I don't think you're rude. It's just, you know, that, as you mentioned, that ring was destined for him. It's kind of like a prop. So this is going to be interesting to watch, because what's this going to mean for the Undisputed Kingdom? I don't know. What is Kyle O'Reilly's stance on the conglomeration? That's going to be interesting to watch. But we shall see on the first Dynamite of 2025, where they'll be from North Carolina. Bobby, do you think we could see Kenny Omega tonight? I don't know if Kenny's making an appearance. I know he's wrestling in Japan. I know Kenny's wrestling in Japan. It would be shocking to see him right before he goes to Japan. And also it would be interesting if he does come back on the first Dynamite of 2025. Because remember, we haven't seen him since last summer. So it could be a possibility. I don't know if we'll see Kenny, but I know he's going to be getting ready for his match over in Japan. But that would be interesting if Kenny Omega did show up. But we shall see what happens throughout later tonight, especially in our main event later in the night. Will the obsession be worse for Undisputed Kingdom with MJF? It will probably be, because MJF is going to be hurting. Also, it's going to be really interesting to see. Also, they just announced some matches. So the first Collision of 2025, it'll be from Charlotte, North Carolina. TNT Championship, as it should be, Mark Briscoe taking on Daniel Garcia, since Mark Briscoe pinned him. Of course, we're going to see the AEW World Tag Team Championships against Action Andretti and Leo Rush. So we definitely got some matches stacked for the fall. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, my client, the beautiful Toni Storm, taking on Deonna Purrazzo. As I mentioned earlier in the show, it is official. So we got some pretty good matches set up for the first Dynamite and Collision of 2025 moving forward. So, and speaking of that, we are getting ready for our next championship match, the AEW International Championship Match between Hobbs and Konosuke Takeshita. So I feel free to put in the chat. Feel free to put in the chat on who you got winning. I actually did pick Konosuke Takeshita to retain. I'm really happy to see Powerhouse Hobbs back, and I would love for him to win a title in 2025. So I could see long-term storytelling with this, because he still has a beef with the Don Callis family. I could probably see him and Takeshita probably having a solid rivalry. This would be third. Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course. Oh yeah. Don't remind me, Boza. I still gotta listen to that Creep Don Callis. Oh jeez. I really have to listen to him. So oh boy. I still hope your clients Anthony Bowens and Max Caster does a match against Private Party. Well, Bobby, there's a little bit of trouble in paradise with one of them internally with the Acclaimed because, well, I mentioned this many times. Ever since MVP came in, it's just been really weird, and there's this dark cloud over the Acclaim. And I actually made a case that I don't think Caster should join the Hurt Syndicate, especially with the fact he's actually doing something that Ricochet and a lot of other people are better than him at, and that's promos and mic skills. Also, I feel like he can thrive more on his own because it's just been bad booking, and also with them because they really put the blue, whether you like them or not, the Acclaimed has really put the blueprint within the tag team wrestling because they were the most over tag team in AEW, winningest tag team, 67 wins, 18 losses, 1 tie. You cannot deny that record. Obviously, former AEW tag team champions, former AEW trios champions, but yeah, Boza, I was getting to that. So last night, apparently he accidentally hit Anthony Bowens with a Ring of Honor championship belt, and because he was in a tug of war with a bad apple, and then it just hurt. I had to think a lot about this because I talked about this a little over a month and a half on my watch on for Dynamite. I did say yes, but I don't want to make assumptions, but I'm pretty sure off screen they have talked about doing solo matches. And also don't forget, because even though they start off as a tag team, they have some solo matches under their belts, even when they were tag teaming together when they first started. Like Anthony, outside of wrestling Chris Jericho, he also wrestled Bryan Danielson in that incredible match, which is per request by Danielson. Caster, he's wrestled in a few solo matches. He was in the Double or Nothing Casino Gauntlet match that had Dustin, Christian Cage, along with many others. He was also in that ladder match at Revolution, which I believe had Ricky Starks. I believe it had Cody in there, along with many others. So they both have potentials of being single stars. And it is going to create a void in that tag team division because they are definitely one of the most decorated homegrown tag teams in AEW. And actually, this is the tag team that Boss Man Tony Khan made. So, whatever happens. I'm still going to support the both of them. And they are destined to be solo stars, definitely in their own rights. And what makes them stand out, because even though the tag team is there, they actually created identities within themselves. Like, of course, Bowens, everybody knows him as like the 5-tool player when he first started, along with the Scissor King. Of course, you have Max Caster being Platinum Max, because he started Platinum Max way before he was signed with AEW and actually started it when he was doing Creative Flow. So I know, I saw that. I did see that, Boza, because apparently he said that on his Instagram as well. So I know, I don't even know what's going on there because there's just so much. But I'm going to support the both of them no matter what happens. They still have potential, and Caster is destined to be a heel. I would love to see the both of them be a part of next year's Continental Classic. I think that would be very insane. But it's been interesting. Some of his reps well, I'm not surprised at it because I don't know why. And also, you have to remember that episode of Rampage was taped because they taped that on Sunday. So it was like, if done right, Max would be a great heel, and if it could be. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, with them, they could still do it. And plus, like, they can do so well in singles actions. I could definitely see them, like I said, I could see them being at next year's Continental Classic. I could see them having a rivalry, a good solid rivalry with each other, because tag teams break up. They break up, they go on their own thing, and then they reunite again. So I do believe they will reunite when bygones be bygones in 2026. And we could start the campaign trail to two-time champs. And also, I'm still not losing hope because I would love for them to face off against Private Party because, as I mentioned, they never faced off against each other. They never had an interaction backstage. They never even had a promo one-on-one together. And also, if you noticed, when Private Party had that celebration, the Acclaimed were not even in the ring. So I would love to see them have a rivalry with them, two AEW homegrown tag teams, and it just would be so good. So I still am going to support my boys no matter what because they both have potential being single stars. Anthony, he's mentioned he wants to be TNT champion on his Twitter. I could definitely see Caster being either Continental champion or possibly international champion. So those are things that I definitely would consider. But I will definitely talk about that between this and also on Dynamite too. So I still love them no matter what happens because they definitely are one of the most decorated tag teams in AEW. And I do see them as being potential single stars leading the charge in AEW. But anyways, let's get back to the AEW International Championship with Konosuke Takeshita and Powerhouse Hobbs. Of course, we have that creep Don Callis in commentary. Tony Schiavone seems very excited to see him. He seems very excited. And I mean that in a sarcastic fashion. But Takeshita trying to get the upper hand on Powerhouse Hobbs. Of course, targeting the knee that actually put him out of injury. So, and actually, this is Powerhouse Hobbs' first pay-per-view match since returning from injury. So I'm very excited to see him back. Oof, and of course Takeshita is trying to tackle that knee. Tackle that knee. And also, I do believe, because Don Callis mentioned this, Takeshita is going to be on tour in Japan. And I think he's going to be part of the Tokyo Dome too. But I know Takeshita is definitely going to be involved in that. Like I said, it's super excited to see some stars travel in Japan. And also another thing too, and I mentioned this about Bowens and Caster, I would actually love to see them wrestle in Japan. That would be crazy because I know that has not happened yet. But I would love to see the both of them wrestle in Japan, whether it be singles match, tag team match, whatever. It would be nice to see them wrestle overseas in Japan. I'm just saying. Me too, Bobby. I would love to see both Bowens and Caster be part of next year's Continental Classic because I feel like both of them deserve to be in it. All right, Powerhouse Hobbs seems a little bit wobbly, but he's up on his feet.
Stadium match. Yeah, let's just look at it. He breaks the knee on the attempted through count. The Hobbs driving down with that right knee, his lead leg. And I'll take a little issue here. And now specifically, I had my people reach out to him and his family when he was hurt. So what he said was untrue. Yes. It's given me a name. Who do you believe here? They have police coaches on this match. Who do you believe? There's a panelist and somebody else. And first off, I'm concerned here because we talked about not letting Hobbs get the leg. That's the hand down with that over the front of the head. Down has back.
Ooh, kick out by Hobbs.
And Will Hobbs, he embodies that powerhouse moniker, Jay. But when I get to catch him, what he just did right here was incredible. That's it. Well, team strength. There it is one more time. That's a shooting. Right now, he pushed really with that right leg instead of the left leg. Get out. Yeah, good call, Tony. Listen, Hobbs was one of the most dangerous people I've ever been around, and he was double tough. So start to fight back here. Into the former Powerhouse against one of the greats in the world. It's a Canada, and he's free. The right hop on the side of the head. There are no shots at the control of the game with a baseball bat. Hobbs is walking right through it. Look at this. Yes, sir. He's right in the head with Hobbs. To catch that. Watch the turn. Coming underneath the turn. It's suplexes. Sets up to a line. Konosuke Takeshita still again with those giant suplexes. As well as the mid strike. Here he comes with the hits. Drive the powerhouse Hobbs. Intercepts. Blocked. Hit. And Hobbs fires back the elbow. Takeshita blocked. Incredible Hobbs, though. Look at the pain. He's putting himself with the pain of the pain of the leg. But a quick hit of the hip by Will Hobbs and is now back there at Takeshita's corner.
Oof.
Knockout swinging over here. Take a look at the impact on this lariat.
That was a crazy clothesline powerhouse to Takeshita.
Well, as I told you, Hobbs is not just strong, he's explosive and athletic and dangerous. We're seeing out here tonight. Okay, Takeshita, the 10th AEW International Championship in history. Will Hobbs potentially the 11th. As Takeshita to his feet. Spotlight comes to Takeshita. Great move. That was a great move. Was a great move by Takeshita. Right with the shoulder, but not the next man down.
Look at that! Look at that creep. He's looking like he is scared. Kick out by Takeshita. He took off his headset. Tony Schiavone's just sitting there like, I don't care about you. Tony. And the fans are really going for Powerhouse Hobbs. And he is going on the top rope, which he very rarely ever does. Hold on. Oof, that was a scary spot. That was a very scary spot from Hobbs. Suplex off the top rope. Ooh, spine buster by Hobbs. Is he going to do it? 1, 2. Kick out by Takeshita. Oof. Oh, and Hobbs looks like he's getting the knee. Hopefully it's not the knee that he injured. And the fans are chanting, "This is awesome." And it looks like Hobbs is taking off the brace off his knee. And of course, Takeshita would go after the knee. He has a submission. Is this it? Hobbs looks like he's fading, but is he? Oh man, this has to be it. 3. Yep. Oh, and your winner, and still AEW International Champion, Konosuke Takeshita. And yeah, that creep Don Callis, he's coming in the ring to celebrate. And also Takeshita, he's getting ready for his tour in Japan because he will be at the Tokyo Dome. Would you like to see a rubber match between Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher? I wouldn't mind for Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher to go round 3 when it comes to Australia, because I feel like for that one they really need to showcase some of the talent that they have that originate from Australia. Buddy Matthews, Harley Cameron, Kyle Fletcher, and I'm not going to name one because Dylan says she's from Australia, but I will say Toni Storm, but she's from Australia. But it would be nice to really showcase some stars from Australia, and also an opportunity for them. And also, I'm going to make a bold prediction. I think Harley Cameron's going to get her first win when it comes to Australia, because I feel like that would be a big homecoming and a huge win from her if she gets it in her home country. So that's one of my bold predictions I have going into 2025 for AEW. Harley Cameron gets her first win in Grand Slam Australia. So, but right now, still your champion, your AEW International Champion, Konosuke Takeshita. Have to give kudos to Powerhouse Hobbs because I was very nervous on his knee, but it won't be the last time you see those two square off. And I know Powerhouse Hobbs has unfinished business with everybody within the Don Callis family. But we're going to see Okada. Well, that was some pretty interesting fighting words from Kazuchika Okada because him and Will Ospreay are definitely going to provide a solid match. And we have another ladies match happening right now with the TBS Championship. Mercedes Mone, Kris Statlander. Round 2. So, this is going to definitely be an interesting match going back to Full Gear because those two ladies really brought it. I was there in person and I was definitely hooked on my seat, and both of them did deliver. So we'll see what happens when they do round 2 because this is going to be very interesting because Kris has one goal and one goal only. She wants to be TBS Championship again. So and here comes Kris Statlander. I'm predicting in 2025 my clients will have gold in AEW or win the belt in New Japan Pro Wrestling, like the New Japan Strong Women's Champion. Yeah, I do see potential in your clients as well. I could see my client Mina Shirokano watching this match, and she's going against the CEO. Mercedes Mone AEW wrestle. Yes, 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 Mina. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. So Mina is going to be watching because she has a match coming up with Mercedes Mone for the New Japan Strong Women's Championship. And here is the TBS and New Japan Strong Champion.
CEO.
Sorry, my brother's trying to troll on here, but we got some TBS. We got another ladies match happening tonight. So, but I also yes, Bobby, the laugh, but it's all good. We get to see them. And I also have to give props to AEW for this because as I mentioned earlier on WWT Live, we do give constructional feedback on how come AEW tends to have usually one women's match on their main title card. But I am very happy they have 2 women's matches in their main match card. And I hopefully we get to see more throughout 2025 because I feel like 2025 is definitely the year we get women's wrestling back on track because they have so much to offer and also creating a lot more storylines that go beyond the respective championship belts because I feel like there's so many storylines that they can work with throughout the women's division. So only time will tell, but we shall see. Yeah, we had 3 counting the Rockstar. Yes. I hope we get to see more of Layla Gary in the ring too. Yeah, absolutely. I would love to see her in the ring as well. She definitely had a solid opening with last night with Thunder Rosa. And I didn't get to see the match with her and Toni Storm, but I know she definitely delivered a performance. But she definitely delivered against Thunder Rosa. So hopefully we see more matches in 2025 because I feel like this is going to be the year the women's division is really going to have a coming out party. And also potentially seeing the tag team division thrive as when they did when they first started in AEW in 2019. Hi, Mackenzie Johnson. Thank you for joining on this watch along. I think Saraya should go back to WWE because they don't have plans for her in AEW. Well, to be fair, Mackenzie, if you remember, she did have a match with Jamie Hager, and I know she was slightly injured during that match. And also, outside of that, she actually released a book and she was able to do like a lot of outside projects. But I know she did recently sign a new deal with AEW. So hopefully they should have plans for her coming in 2025. But I know she had to take time to clear up not just injuries, but also outside work. So hopefully we'll see her in 2025. And I'm waiting for Saraya to go against Mercedes in the future because that would be pretty interesting to see. So
Took her out.
So hopefully we'll see Saraya and Mercedes in the future. But switching gears, we have another women's match, a TBS Championship match between Mercedes Mone, Kris Statlander. Kris Statlander. See, Kris Statlander is trying to tell Mercedes, anything you could do, I could do better.
Yeah, she's pretty strong.
Let's take a look at it one more time and see if we can tell her she actually hit. More the speed of the back. And she immediately left hook, reaching for that lower back. Now Mercedes, no drop kick again, targeting the lower back. Great strategy, stay right to Statlander, keep on the hit. Statlander able to kick out. As you get approached by Mercedes Mone, neutralize the power damage of the Statlander. That's repeated knee strikes into the spine. For the 3 back-to-back title matches we have here tonight, you see this jam-packed crowd. We'll end there with AEW, buddy, for the chance all night. Mercedes Mone, pressure.
You ain't saying much.
Kick out by Kris Statlander. You can tell I'm very silent because I'm very into this match, most specifically women's matches. So this has been a pretty good, solid match so far. Wondering if Mercedes' mind is in this match. Mercedes has Mina Sharakana Saturday at Wrestle Dynasty title for title. Well, she better be focused on tonight's match. I just hope she doesn't think this is an easy win because Kris Statlander is no joke. Because this is no joke. I just hope she doesn't take Kris Statlander very easy. And as I mentioned, Kris Statlander is a former TBS champion, so she mentioned that was her toughest opponent at their match at Full Gear. So I just hope she doesn't overthink and overpass Kris Statlander because I know she has a match ahead with Mina Sharakana. But I will give her credit because the match she had recently, earlier this month for New Japan, I heard that was one of the best women's match for this generation. So I have to watch that match because I know she definitely delivers really, really good matches on the New Japan side. So ooh, powerbomb by Kris Statlander. Both ladies are down. And the fans are trying to get behind Kris Statlander.
A shame we want Stokely.
Oof. That was a nasty kick. Ooh. Kick out by Mercedes. Oof. I hope Mercedes is not seriously hurt. Because it looked like she landed on her neck pretty hard.
Eddie Guerrero.
Mm-hmm.
RP Eddie. Look at Mercedes doing this. 8 amigos.
And the crowd chant Andy Guerrero after Mercedes did the Three Amigos in homage to one of her idols, Eddie Guerrero. I know. Kris Statlander kicked out. She is not backing down from round 2. And Mercedes can't get frustrated. Cannot get frustrated on this. Because she did say it in the post-media conference from Full Gear that Kris Statlander was her toughest opponent she had so far in AEW. Ooh, got the knees. Is it? Hold on. It looked like she countered. Pile driver, Kris Statlander.
You were supposed to use that move.
Oh man, it was almost three. Almost three, but Kris Statlander cannot get frustrated. Both ladies cannot get frustrated on their respective sides. They cannot. Oh man, they ripped up the ring apron. Is this? Ooh, she did Kris Statlander. Both ladies are outside the ring, knocked out. Oh Lord, count out. Please do not let this end in a count out. Because that would just be a cruddy ending if it ended in a count out. And oh man, Mercedes is trying. Well, I know she's being a heel, but she has to take drastic measures, which she's doing very well as a heel. So she has Kris Statlander locked in that ring apron. Oof. Oof. Looks like her ankle's like, no. I'm gonna tell you something. If this ends like this, I'm gonna be pretty upset because this was a really good match. It shouldn't end like in a crummy fashion. Jeez. Oh man. That is stuck. Jeez. She's just taking off her boot. Kris Statlander. Jeez, she's taking off her boot. I have to say, her wrestling with one boot, that's kind of impressive.
Dangerous.
Oh, that close. That close. Oof. Well, Kris is trying to get up on the top rope, but ugh. Ooh, outside the ring. Both ladies are knocked out. Both ladies. Oh my goodness. Referee's at 6. I'm gonna tell you something. Please don't let the goddamn count out. Please don't let this end. Oh, there she is. I was like, look, you gotta give credit to Kris Statlander. Her tenacity. You have to respect her tenacity. Because Mercedes thought she was gonna get the win. Yeah, this is not some of the other ladies that you faced in the last couple months. And Mercedes is saying, "Why don't you stay down?" Slapping her in the face. Mercedes is willing to do anything. She got her in a submission hold.
Effect statement.
She's trying to put her hand on the rope. Oh my god, she got her in submission. Is it gonna be it? She's not that far from, and she got her arm on the ropes. So Kris Statlander still, but Mercedes has to give up. If she does, it'll end a defeat, but she still has the title. Because title can't change hands in disqualifications. The fans are chanting "Fight Forever." Oh my goodness. As they should. There's no time limit in this match. And it's hard to believe we have 2 more matches left after this. We have the Continental Classic Finals between Will Ospreay and Kazuchika Okada. And of course, our main event, the Fatal 4-Way match for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Hard to believe we only have 2 matches left. Hold on. No. She got her in submission. Hold on. Ooh. I know Statlander. She really wants to end this thing. And the Mercedes, she got her in. Whoa. 3. Ooh, that was an interesting pin. She got her in. That was an interesting pin. And your winner and still TBS champion is Mercedes Mone. Which that was an interesting pin. Well, I have to say that was a really good match. And she did pin her, and in the most interesting fashion. Hey, at the end of the day, you got to respect her work. You got to respect the work that she's done. You have to respect the work that she's gained. Even though it's been crummy booking, you kind of have to respect the work that she's done. And now she has to focus on Mina Shirokana. And I think they have a sign of respect for each other as I'm looking on Aftermatch. But it was a very good, solid match between both ladies. I have to give utmost performance to Kris Statlander in that match. All title matches for the women should be great, not because causing Mercedes. Exactly. That's why I'm hoping for this match. Well, I have to say she is showing emotion in this match, but I will say, if she says AEW has the best women's division and she wants to put in the women's division, she's got to put over Mina at Wrestle Dynasty. Like, she has to put her over. But I have to give credit to Kris Statlander. I know everybody, and as they should, everybody in the audience is giving her a standing ovation. It's Saturday Night Sign to Kris Statlander, giving her a round of applause as it should, because she put a good effort.
Yeah, it was a good start.
She put on a really good effort, Kris Statlander. And I know I'm hoping 2025 she gets back her TBS title really, really soon. I wouldn't be mad if it was round 3. And for her to do it with just one walking boot, we shall see. Amen, Courtney. This is the big test, title for title. If Give Hades gets a third title, that will be frustrating. Well, I wouldn't say frustrating if she did beat Mina, but also this is going to be a test for her because she's going to have a super target. She's going to have not a super, but a big target on her back. Because if you carry 3 belts, this is where your ego is going to get the best of you. But also on top of that, you're going to have a lot of ladies gunning for your title. And Mercedes, I know she wants to be on top of it and everything else, but sooner or later, she's going to have to put over. Like, if she says AEW has the best women's division, she says she wants to help out, she has to put over one of the ladies. She has to give them a pin. And it's going to really be interesting on what's going to happen with Mina. And also, sooner or later, she's going to lose. She's going to lose. She's bound to lose a match in AEW in 2025. I don't know against who, though, but we shall see. That will be women coming to AEW for one night only just to get their hands. Well, not that true, but also I'm saying like some of the ladies from the locker room, because we Oh, also, folks, they just put a promo out for AEW Revolution, the first pay-per-view of 2025 for AEW, Sunday, March 9th. Tickets go on sale in early January. So if you're in LA, make sure you go watch it. But going back to my point, Boza, there's a lot of ladies that she has not faced yet. She has not faced Jamie Hager yet, which I think that would be pretty cool to see. I'm trying to think who else she has not faced. She has not faced Toni Storm yet. She has not faced Toni Storm. She has not faced Jimmy Hager. She has not faced I just thought of somebody, but it really dawned on me. it'll come back to me. But I know she has not faced Jimmy Hager, Tony Storm. Oh, Deonna Purrazzo. She has not faced. I don't think she's faced Julia Hart in a match. So it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, but you gotta give credit. She's still the TBS champion. She has put in the work, but when she goes to the Tokyo Dome, that's going to be a huge test for her to do. But we will talk more on that in the post show, because I will be doing like a quick little post show on everything that happened in World's End. But switching ourselves, Kris should be proud of herself. She gave Mercedes best view. Yeah, I will definitely be talking about that in the post show, but it'll be after this. So do not go anywhere. But we are on our second to last match for World's End. Can't believe it. Where has the time gone? So we also get to see the great good old JR Jim Ross on the commentary table. So we get to see him. We get to see him commentate on not only this match, but obviously the main event, of course. So it's always a treat seeing JR. But finals match for the AEW Continental Classic. Will it be Kazuchika Okada? Or will it be Will Ospreay and you see him bandage around his head coming to the ring? So, because if you saw his match with Kyle Fletcher, his face was literally bloodied and busted open. So he's ready. So Will Ospreay's ready. Okada is ready. This is going to be a banger of a match. Question is, who is going to be the Continental Champion? I know my pick, Kyle Fletcher, was not going to be eliminated. But if I had to pick one of these two, I would pick Will Ospreay. I would definitely pick Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay definitely showed a lot. And also, especially for this one, I would not be shocked if him and Kyle Fletcher had a match for the Continental Classic. Because Kyle Fletcher was irate when he lost to Will Ospreay earlier in the night. So Mercedes Mone hasn't had a match. That is true. She has not had a match with Thunder Rosa. Or what if Kris Statlander becomes AEW World Championship one day? That would be something I would be on board. I mean, seeing Kris Statlander have a potential be AEW Women's World Champion, I feel like she does have potential of doing it. And also, hey, I don't know. I mean, she could give Mariah May a run for her money, because Mariah May thought she ran through every woman on the roster. She didn't. Because Mariah May hasn't faced off against Jamie Hager. She hasn't faced off against Kris Statlander. She hasn't faced off against Hikaru Shida. So we shall see what happens. But here we go. Continental Classic Final. I will say this is the first time I ever watched the Continental Classic, because this is the second year AEW is doing it. And I watched it full through, and this was definitely a fun tournament to watch. And here we are in the finals. Will Ospreay, Okada, and I may not say much because I know this match is going to be good. So this is going to be fun. And the crowd is giving them a standing ovation, as they should. And here we go. Here we go. Will Ospreay landed on the ring barricade. Landed on his feet. Oh, DDT to the head. And I kind of knew Okada was going to go straight to the head. Oof. Oof. It looks like the bandage. And he just wiped it off. One of the bloody bandages from Will Ospreay. Thinking it's no sweat. I'm laughing at Okada's reaction after that suplex. That should be like a meme or something. I feel like that needs to be clipped. Oh man. And the fans are really getting behind Will Ospreay. Oof. Will Ospreay's caught his knee. It looked like he hurt his knee. Oof. Caught it with that Ricky little grin. Ooh. Oh, he better get in. It's 9. Okay. Will Ospreay trying to get the crowd on his feet. He's trying to end this thing. Cover him, Will. 1. Kick out by Okada. Will Ospreay's looking like, where am I? I would say for a person in his first match, he was his whole face was bloodied. And coming back from the match, you gotta give him kudos. Ooh, Okada targeted the neck. Oh boy. He gives the middle finger to his fans, of course, trying to give the middle finger to Ospreay. Move. This is it? Will Ospreay trying to end this here? Ooh, kick out by Okada. Wow. Ooh, Rainmaker. That's us. This has to be it. Will Ospreay cannot kick out of that. Ooh! Wow! Will Ospreay kicked out. He's still fighting. Now the crowd is saying fight forever between Ospreay and Okada. And we're not even in our final match of the night yet. Oh man. And I knew the damage that he had with Kyle Fletcher early on, that was going to kick in sooner or later, the fatigue. It looked like Okada is not breaking a sweat. Yeah, like, well, Ospreay, he's like...
with Rio Manura of Brazil. See Okada regretting this on his chest rounding. That wasn't a classic Ricochet, but from the chopper.
Man, and Will Ospreay, he's busted open again.
It's spread it out the hospital.
Oh boy. Rainmaker. Oh! Oh. Okada kicked out. Wow. I really thought that was it. Will Ospreay still has some fighting spirit left. He wants that Continental Championship belt. Look at Will. He's willing to do anything. And Okada. Oh! He used his own finisher. Tiger Drive? Is this it? Oh man, I really thought that was it. He used his own. Will Ospreay used Okada's own finisher, and would put him on the Tiger Drive. And all the fans are on their feet. Will Ospreay wants to end this thing because we got one more match after this. Ooh, Rainmaker. Both guys are laid out. Will Ospreay, he has his fighting spirit. Boom! Kick! Is this it? Ooh, a Rainmaker. This has to be it. This has to be it, folks. And your winner and still champion, Kazuchika Okada, is still the champ. After everything he went through when he first started the Continental Classic, because he had a tie with Daniel Garcia and he had a loss or two, he still managed to be champion. So congratulations to him on still making out of there as champion. I thought Will Ospreay had it hooked, but wow. That was a really good match, and kudos. And I have to say, out of all the members of the Elite, he still kept his championship belt. Oh, Eddie Foster's already called it match of the night already. Well, we'll discuss more on that in the post show shortly, because I'll be giving all my full analytics on everything that's happened and also what match I think is match of the night. So hopefully they check on Will Ospreay to make sure he's okay. I gotta give kudos to Will Ospreay because he managed to do both matches. In the first match, he was bloodied against Kyle Fletcher, and he came back and put in as much effort as he did. But the winner and still your champion is Kazuchika Okada. It's hard to believe he won this title earlier this year, and he kept that title ever since. But kudos to him. Congratulations. And I don't know who's is going to be his first challenger, but we shall see. And it looks like he wants to give Will Ospreay a handshake. And that's nice. Handshake of respect. Definitely a sign of respect right there. So I don't know who is gonna be his first challenger, but we'll find out. But he's still your Continental champion. Maybe Okada versus Kyle Fletcher. Yeah, Kyle Fletcher could be a potential opponent for Okada for the Continental Championship match. I could see Kyle Fletcher. Oh. Oh, and here comes Christopher Daniels. Okay. So Christopher Daniels. No. What? So since Christopher Daniels no longer the interim EVP, it's Kenny Omega. He's back, and it's so funny, Bobby. You mentioned that, and Bobby, you actually mentioned this earlier. Was Kenny Omega coming back? But look at him, he's back. And what perfect timing too! Right before his match, he has to go in New Japan. So, Bobby, you called it. You said Kenny Omega was gonna possibly come back, but he's back. Well, Kenny Omega is presenting the championship to a familiar foe he's faced throughout the years, Kazuchika Okada. This is going to be interesting. Kenny could be the saving grace for AEW versus Death Riders. Who knows if Tony Khan's watching this? Yeah, it could be a possibility. Boza, we'll talk a lot about that in the post show because there's a lot that's going to be a deep diving. But happy to see Kenny Omega back. Happy to see him back.
Stay on the angel list.
So he's presenting it to his old foe. He's giving him the belt. Kenny's doing what he does. The fans are going crazy for Kenny. Welcome back, Kenny. Welcome back, Kenny Omega. Congratulations to Kazuchika Okada for getting the Continental Championship match. And folks, there's one more match left, and that's our main event. Fatal 4-way match for the AEW World Championship. But it's going to be interesting to see with Kenny, because he's going to have a lot to say. And I'm curious if he's going to show up on Dynamite on Wednesday, the first Dynamite of 2025 from North Carolina. That's interesting. Yeah, Christopher Daniels is no longer GM, I guess. Well, a little fact, Bozo, on that. I meant to tell you this in earlier, but Tony Khan doesn't like to be on TV. He really doesn't, because that's why he'd rather, I guess, be backstage, because he's the one that's handling like the booking and the headsets, but he doesn't like to be on TV, to be honest. Because I think a few times he was on TV and he didn't like it at all, so that's why he went backstage. But I think it's great to have like somebody on screen like Kenny, because at least there is a presence there. So we shall see. So lots of questions on Kenny's return, Kazuchika Okada. But like I said, we have one more match. Our main event, the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Who would you like to see Mariah May have a match against next before she goes against? It's interesting on who's going to go up against Mariah May. Because I'm trying to think who else she should face, because there are a few potentials, but it's just I have to think like who would step up for Mariah May. So, folks, we're almost at the finish line of our watch along. Hard to believe. We're almost there, but we are in our main event. You have to believe we are almost at the watch along. But thank you for everybody for joining on this watch along for AEW World End. This has been I would say a pretty solid pay-per-view so far. We've seen some incredible matches. Insanity. Definitely seen a lot more presence within the women's division. I'm adding the V matches onto the card, which is exciting. Definitely delivered, but we're getting ready for our main event. Maybe Hikaru Shida. Yeah, Hikaru Shida would definitely be somebody, because I just feel like I feel like if anything, you should add her more onto the AEW Women's Championship picture instead of the TBS. Because I feel like with her being a 3-time women's champion, and also Mariah May did beat her before, and she could brag about it. But I feel like this is going to be a different version of Hikaru Shida than she's seen since earlier this year. But showing the promo of the main event, it is Jon Moxley defending his championship against Hangman Adam Page, Switchblade Jay White, and Orange Cassidy. And of course, they're just showing the promos of this is the promo that everything that Moxley's done, from taking out Bryan Danielson and Wrestle Dream, taking out Isaiah Cassidy from Private Party, breaking his hand with a hammer, taking out Chuck Taylor, But I smell a lot of shenanigans in this match. I smell a lot of craziness that is going to happen. Because even though I did pick Moxley to retain, I just feel like there's going to be so much chaotic and craziness happening. And also where Kenny Omega is going to fit into all this, because Christopher Daniels, he stepped down as EVP and Kenny Omega is stepping in. So I don't know what Kenny's role is going to be, but it's only time will tell. Hi, Ari. Thank you. I'm happy that I got to host AEW World's End Watch Along. But don't forget, because after this whole pay-per-view event is over, I'm going to do a quick post show highlighting everything that's happened. Oh, and speaking of which, here's my client, Orange Cassidy. I got to wear shades. Gotta wear shades. I have to wear my guy's shades. There he is. There he is.
He's losing.
There's my guy. Freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Former AEW International Champion, 2-time, by the way. But he's coming into the ring. The fans love him. Okay. I always have to put on my shades anytime Orange Cassidy comes out. Who knows if, well, I can see Christian Cage because remember, he still has a contract that guarantees him a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. So he could be there anywhere. And also, the Death Riders don't understand that you can't keep Darby Allin down. You can't keep him down. So I would not be shocked if Darby Allin came in, because even though after what happened last night at Rampage, taking him out, especially on the stairs, it's just something. But here comes Hangman. Here comes Mr. Hangman Adam Page. Here comes Hangman. What inspires you to host these watch-alongs? What do you gain and get out of it? Can you speak about yourself? Autobiography. Well, thank you, Ari. Just a quick one. So I'm part of WWT Live. I'm part of the panelist of teams, and I'm here every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. When our boss lady TK found out that she needs somebody specifically for AEW, I do watch WWE, but I do watch equally AEW. I started watching it in 2022. So she asked me, did I want to do a watch along for Dynamite? And I said, yeah, I would love to do weekly watch alongs for AEW Dynamite, because I know a lot of people do get critical, constructive criticism of feedback, but I always like to be analytical and give like not just a play-by-play analysis, but also bold predictions and anything else, because AEW does have a good solid product, and at least to show support of it in any way possible, but also not only like doing watch-alongs for AEW Dynamite, but also specifically for the AEW pay-per-view. So at least there's a space where people can talk about AEW and feels very good. So it's just a little bit about what I do on the watch-alongs. Thank you, Eddie. Yeah, look, I gotta wear my shades anytime my client OC shows up. I gotta support it. And here is your AEW World Heavyweight Champion coming to the ring, Mr. Jon Moxley. He's coming, and he's not alone, by the way. He has Marina Shafir at ringside. I'm going to say something. Marina better hope Willow's not involved, because after what happened last night on Rampage, those two went at it. And also, I know Willow is getting ready for her match at the International Women's Cup at the Tokyo Dome. I would not be shocked if Marina Shafir screwed her in her match in that tournament, because those two are going to have a match in 2025. I just don't know when that's going to happen, but those two are definitely going to come into blows. And I'm going to tell you something. And it was interesting seeing last night because we saw Tony, we saw Rosa come in, and I'm very shocked all of them did not beat up on Marina Shafir, because, you know, if you're representing AEW and everything else, you would think at least you would unite and beat up on somebody that's like taking away everything that AEW represents, but we shall see. So Marina Shafir and Willow are definitely going to have a match in 2025. I don't know when that's going to happen, but we shall see. But here comes the champ. He's defending his title. This is the main event. Fatal 4-way match. Jay White versus Hangman Adam Page versus Orange Cassidy versus Jon Moxley. Yeah, Marina's lucky. As I mentioned earlier, Marina's very lucky Willow's not around. And here we go, main event time. And the bell rings. Wait, what's going on in this match? What? Oh Lord, and here we go, Jay and Hangman. I'm like, can't you guys see? This is what Moxley's. I guess the egos kind of got the best of him. I'm like, guys, aren't you guys supposed to be fighting for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship? Aren't you supposed to be taking out a Moxley? And thankfully, my guy Orange Cassidy comes in and knows what's really important. Jeez. He ain't backing. my boy OC ain't backing down from anybody. It's like a 3-on-1. Whoa, wait. Well, I think there's no qualification in this. Yeah, I think the Fatal 4-way. What's going on here? I understand the Fatal 4-way match is no disqualification, but we see members of the Death Rider. We see Claudio. We see Wheeler Yuta trying to interfere in this match, and it's like, okay. What? Well, folks, remember, this is no disqualification, by the way. And she put my hands on my guy, Orange Cassidy. You made a big mistake. She's taking out my guy, Orange. And the Death Riders are trying to take out the security's coming in, taking out both Wheeler and Claudio. Get him out of there. Get him out of there. Moxley trying to mimic. See, don't you dare take my client's tactic. Who does that bald-headed knockoff of Peter Griffin think he is? Why is he walking like a crazy man? Whoa, what's Orange doing? He's putting his hand in his pocket. And he also tend to forget he has Hangman and Jay. So at least there's some unity there. Let's take him out of here. Ooh, they took him through the announcer table.
It's like the Shield.
Ooh. Gave Mox a seal treatment. Yeah, Eddie, that's what we were thinking. The Shield. Oh my goodness. We haven't had the Shield reference. And of course, Hangman. Well, Hangman take it out because we already know what's on his mind is that AEW World Heavyweight Championship. So. Let's see, Jay White and Hangman are going at it. Ooh, nasty kick by Hangman on the OC. And look who's looking. Christian and the entire patriarchy, because as I remembered earlier, Christian does have that contract of a guaranteed AEW World Heavyweight Championship match. So he is looking. I don't know when he's going to cash that in, but he is lurking. He is itching on getting that opportunity and becoming AEW World Heavyweight Champion. So. Oh, and look, there's Hook. Because remember, Hook still has a beef to pick with Christian Cage and the patriarchy because of what they did to Taz. And also, if you remember, Taz made his return on Dynamite this past week. So Hook still has unfinished business. You mean, yeah, both are pretty much AEW's version of Money in the Bank. And pretty much Christian can cash it anytime, the same way Miss Tiffy can cash it in. But just remember, Hook is watching. And he will do anything to ruin Christian's chances of gaining World Heavyweight Championship opportunity. But just want to put that out there. But anyways, going back to the match with the Fatal 4-Way. Hangman, Orange. Hangman threw OC on the ring barricade. Ooh, and he sent him off to the steel steps. Moxley's like knocked out, man. He's knocked out still. Ooh, nice counter by OC. Well, Moxley is getting up. Looks like his back is all red. Yeah, it looks like his back is all red. Ooh, kick to the face. Yeah, it looks like he has a. Yeah, it looks like Moxley has like a. Ooh, he's bleeding from the back of the head, Moxley. I know that has to hurt. That has to really hurt. We see too many people spewing out blood. Hangman. Oof, OC's laid out. Orange punch. He laid out Moxley. No. Oh, curse you, Hangman. Just when my boy thought he was going to win it, damn it. Marina, if I were you, I would back away from Hangman because that man is crazy. I would not want to mess with him. Ooh. is Wheeler Yuta doing out here? Like, really? It's supposed to be, well, it's no qualification, so I get it. No qualification. Hey, man.
No.
But there's no referee. The referee's knocked out. There's no referee. Oh, there's another referee. And there's Orange. Come on. 1, 2. Kick out by Hangman. Switchblade. Ooh, Switchblade. Here's Switchblade. He took out another referee. What the heck, man? You're just taking out referees left and right. Come on, man.
That should be a fine.
Jay, you should look. Oh! I knew that was about to happen sooner or later to Jay White. I knew that was gonna happen. She should have never, ever interfered in that match. I really thought Willow was gonna interfere, but hey, man, Jay White, good job, sir.
That's assault.
Man, Jay White. 2. Well, not surprising there. Still champion, Jon Moxley. He still is your AEW World Heavyweight Champion.
Not for long.
Well, I do give credit for my boy OC. I mean, he's standing up at least for AEW, is doing the best that he can. I give him credit. Throwing out the referee. And Willa Yuta taunting Jay White. I mean, really? They really want to take out Jay White. And remember, we haven't seen the Bang Bang Gang in a while because Juice Robinson, he's hurt. The Guns, they're hurt. We haven't seen them in a while. And also, we saw what happened last night on Rampage with, FTR. And I could have sworn because we haven't seen and I could have sworn because I know FTR is not medically cleared yet. They're not medically cleared yet. But they're here. And of course, we are going to see them on Fight for the Fallen on January 1st. But they did say they're not coming alone. And look at that. Adam Copeland, he's back. And we haven't seen him since Double or Nothing this year. So it's good to see him back. He's medically cleared. He's ready to go. It's so nice to see him back. And it's going to be interesting to see on January 1st in North Carolina. And I love that they are a trio. And I think this will be the next serious contender for the AEW Trios belt. Because we haven't seen a serious contender for the Death Riders Championship in a while. Because remember, all of the members of the Bang Bang Gang are out. House of Black had to deal with other situations. And if you saw Christian's face, he was really shocked and puzzled. He was very puzzled. Here's FTR, Cash, Dax. And here comes Adam. The fans are having their moment. Jon Moxley, Adam Copeland. Look at Christian's face. Christian's right. Look, I think Christian's coming down with the rest of the patriarchy. So, oh man, I think he's gonna give a concerto to Moxley. Oh! And the fans are chanting, "You deserve it." The fans are chanting, "You deserve it." But Christian, he's supposed to be coming out because it looks like he's supposed to be coming out. But we're gonna hear from what Adam has to say.
We're taking it all.
Yes, guys. So it's been confirmed. It's going to be the Death Riders, AEW World Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley, Wheeler Yuta, and Claudio Castagnoli taking on Rated FTR. So that is going to be fun. This Wednesday on TBS, and it'll be streaming for the first time on Max, and it's the first Dynamite of 2025. So what's up? No, because I don't even know where Pac is. See, if it was like Pac, Wheeler, and Claudio, it would be for the trios belt. But I think they're gonna probably save it for like in the coming weeks, possibly on the road to Grand Slam. Or better yet, they could be defended at Grand Slam. That could be really interesting. But it's nice to see Adam Copeland. He's back. He looks great. Always a good way to end off the final pay-per-view with Dynamite 2024. I know Jay White's looking. But I'm also curious if Christian's going to come out, because remember, him and the patriarchy just got up and left. So I don't even know if they're going to come out to the ring. And I also see the promo that they're doing for Resolution. So that concludes the final pay-per-view of 2024 AEW World End. And it was definitely solid. Hold on to your seats because I will be doing a post watch along. So give myself at least 30 seconds to recompress everything else and we could talk about it. I'm going to really do a quick post show in between because it is a little late over in the East Coast. So we're going to probably do it very, very quick. But don't hold on to your seats. Do not go anywhere because we are definitely going to be talking about this a lot. So don't go anywhere, and I will see you guys in the other link. So feel free to just hold on, wait 30 seconds, and I will see you guys shortly for the post show.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.